Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Fatal. I hope everybody's been doing wonderful. Today we're going to be going over the Esports Tiger Longteng HUOYUN 2 mouse pad. Now I don't know how many of you guys have actually had this mouse pad or how many of you haven't. But either way, this is going to be Fatal's review on this mouse pad. Now I don't know how many of you guys actually had purchased the original one, but this is the second version of that mouse pad, which I've been using for a couple of weeks now, and I really enjoy the pad. I don't have any complaints out of this pad. I'm a control pad guy. I play a lot of Battlefield 4 TDM, so FPS games, and you know, obviously it's not Valorant or anything like that, but you know, I'm a Battlefield guy. So any of you guys that have been on my Twitch, you know that I play Battlefield 4. Anyways, so this is the first one, and I was kind of excited about this one as well. I just didn't care too much about the way it came out of the box, you know, whenever it came out of the box. But it was another one of those pads you had to have an affiliate link to get to actually purchase this one, and it's still set up like that. But I'd like to give a big shout out to Daniel over at Addis, and actually Addis as well, and Esports Tiger for actually sending this pad out for review. I will be going over the specs and all of that good stuff with this pad, and I will be giving you my thoughts on how fast the pad is or how fast the pad is not. And I've already told you it's a control pad, so but it's going to be my thoughts on the pad and all that good stuff. So if you guys are ready to get into this, I know I am. Let's go. Upon getting your mouse pad out of the box, it does not come in a flat box, guys. So it's going to have the little classic roll on the edges of the pad itself, around the edges. That is just going to be a given on any pad that you get out of a square box, out of a, you know, with it being rolled. So, but after about a day to 2 days, the pad lays flat. Now another thing I'd like to point out for any of you streamers and stuff out there that stream, this color on this pad really makes everything pop. I mean, I love the design on here, and I cannot stress enough how awesome this camera of mine loves this freaking mouse pad. So this will really help your colors and keeping your white balance and everything else while you're actually in your stream and gaming, so that way, you know, everything looks nice and clear. So anybody that wants to watch the mouse cam while you're playing, if you have one set up, that is, it's going to really help a lot. Now me personally, I've been playing on this pad for about probably about 2 weeks, and the initial friction on this pad is just, you know, it's phenomenal. You know, it's kind of got a smoothness to it, but at the same time, obviously it's cloth, so it gives you that control feeling when you're actually in the game, you know, making those flick shots and your head shots and you're needing to stop shots. So, you know, it really does what it needs to do. Okay, that's the bottom line. You know, Esports Tiger actually did a really good job on this pad compared to the original that they had, the actual first Longteng that they had. So it's a very big improvement. I really think they did a good job on the reiteration of that pad. Obviously the two pads don't look the same and they don't feel the same. So now the plushiness of this pad is going to be, you know, a little below mid. If you've had the Artisan Zero or the Artisan Hein Extra Soft or anything like that, it's not going to be anywhere close to that. You know, you're getting a flat pad and there's very little give on this pad, you know, so you're not going to get a whole bunch of push in on this pad. You know, it's about as flat as you can get it. So another thing, I like where they put the logo on this up here in the right hand corner versus the left hand corner like they did the first time on the actual original one. It's up here, and now it is actually printed on here, or actually a sticker printed, so it's not pressed into the pad. Okay, and I really love the design that they did with all this, and really give them props for moving this up to the top of the pad instead of down to the left. Now you're not going to be getting your mouse up here nowhere near that, you know. I guess it could bother somebody that, you know, where the mouse might hit that for some stupid reason, because you can feel that. But other than that, you know, the pad, you know, feels really good. And you know, initial friction on this pad, you know, let's get a wireless mouse here real quick and put that on here. But it stops pretty quick. You know, this is the Razer Orochi V2, for any of you guys that don't know that. And so it has stock skates on it and PTFE, and you know, so I like to try to use these videos with stock feed as much as possible, so that way you guys can actually see, you know, what the mouse is doing and all that good stuff. So, you know, but as you can see, the mouse stops pretty quick, you know, and it has really good takeoff. But the initial friction on this pad is going to be kind of slow, so that way, you know, when you take off, you know, it's gonna stick like you want it to. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of friction there when you get ready to take off. It is a cloth pad. So, but anyways, after 2 weeks of actual gaming and stuff, I would have to say, coming from the Razer Strider, this pad was a game changer. Okay, I love the Razer Strider. I love the Lethal Gaming Gear Mercury. But I am a old school guy. I've been gaming since like 2007, and me personally, I like a cloth pad. You know, you just cannot beat a cloth pad. Hybrid pads are just what they are. They're hybrid pads, man. And personally, I don't care too much for hybrid pads. I mean, I do have my favorites. We're not going to get into that, but me personally, I want a good cloth pad that's got good stopping power, and this pad does that for me. You know, the stitching on this pad is just phenomenal. It's just, it does not bother my arm, and there's no spots on this mouse pad anywhere that you can see that actually has where you can see the needle coming out of this pad. At no point. You know, the pad on the edges, the stitching is just freaking awesome. So you can't beat that. And it's like this all the way around and below the mouse pad. That's what's really important to me, you know, because my arm, I do not want it getting irritated to where it feels like I'm getting a burn or something while I'm trying to game. Alright, so as far as the texture goes, as you can see up close there, let's see if we can get you a little more focused here so we can get a nice, pretty close-up of the mouse pad itself, so you can actually see the texture of this pad. I do apologize for any motion. Hopefully you guys don't get motion sick or anything, but the ink job on this thing is just phenomenal. But as you can see, if we can get that really good there, it's got a very good X and Y axis feel to it. So as you can see, there's not really nothing diagonal or anything there. It's pretty much a straight up and down with the lines. If you can see the little lines there, it's pretty much up and down. But you know, you can't beat that, bro. It's just freaking an awesome mouse pad. I mean, I'm just very happy with it. But let's get this zoomed back out here. As you can see, the texture on this thing is really awesome. As for the base on this pad, I don't think you're going to have any issues with the pad itself. It's actually got really good rubber feel to the bottom of this pad. It's not quite as heavy as the Saturn, the Lethal Gaming Gear Saturn, but I'm not going to compare that. I'm just trying to throw out the weight difference. It is, you know, it is kind of on the lighter side, but it's not heavy either. So, you know, it's going to stick to your desk, guys. You're not going to have to worry about anything with that. But, you know, to each his own. I just, you know, it depends on how big your hand is and how heavy your arm is and everything else, if this pad's going to actually stick to the desk to begin with. But I don't think you're going to get any problems out of that. So one more time before we get out of this video real quick, I wanted to head over here to the site one more time and give you a look-see. You can actually go over there and purchase this pad if it's something you think you might like after this review. And I will have links in the bottom. They will be affiliate links, like I said in the beginning. So anything that you use, purchase, when you get that, use that link, it goes to help me as well as Addies. You know, those guys are freaking awesome over there. But I've got another pad going to be coming up pretty soon too from them. I've actually got to get started on the review for that one. But, you know, right now I'm doing the Pure Tracks MF2 review, which you can catch me on Twitch doing that. And I would love if you guys would head over to Twitch over there actually, and either follow or subscribe, and don't forget to turn your notifications on if that's something you if you like to, you know, watch the pad or mouse or anything else being used in actual usage. You know, I'm not really big on uploading videos of my gaming to YouTube. I mean, I like doing it, but it's, you know, you just come over to my Twitch, you can see it live with me doing it. And then that way, you know, you guys can actually see what's going on. But, you know, like I said, if you guys decide you want it, you know, everything's there. They accept just about any kind of payment form there. And, you know, you can even use Amazon Pay if you decide you want to. But Esports Tiger Longteng HUOYUN 2, guys, that's the name of it. And check my links in the bottom. They are very useful and will take you to where you need to go to. And with all that being said, guys, this is Fatal. I'm right here, signing out.